Hello friends, today we'll discuss another important point from Unix, that is nothing but the process. What is process? In many times we heard the definition of the process as a part of the program under execution. What do you mean by that actually? So process is nothing but that considered as it contains the sequence of bytes which can be interpreted by the CPU as a machine code, as a text, as a data, or as a stack. Okay, and any operating system is supposed to provide one basic service related to process, and that is nothing but process management. What this process management means is creation of the process, keeping track of the process, and termination of the process. Every operating system, I repeat, must provide some way by which user can use it for creating the new process. Keeping track of the process means it it can communicate with other processes, it can send some signals, it can or it should receive the signals, and finally user should able to terminate the process as and when required. And whatever is happening with this process from the creation till the exit or till the end of the process is considered as a life of the process. And this life of the process can be represented with the help of state transition diagram. And the state transition diagram is consisting of various states of the process. So let us discuss in more detail Unix process. See, the process is either running in user mode or it is running in kernel mode. So if the process is running in user mode and user calls any system call, it changes its state from user running and it becomes kernel running process. Whenever the process is running in a kernel mode, it is accepting all the interrupts and it is dealing with the interrupts. How it is dealing with the interrupts, we can have a separate video on that. So for time being, you just assume that the kernel running process, if everything goes fine, then it will finishes. Okay, but it is not going to happen that smoothly because there will be many more than one process running at in the system at a time. And suppose that the currently executing or currently running process, it requires some IO operation, then there is no point in keeping that process busy with the CPU till that IO operation is done. So what it does is it changes its state from kernel running to sleep mode. What is this sleep mode or sleep state? The process will go to this state unless and until the required IO operation finishes. When this IO operation finishes, it gives wake up call and again becomes ready to run. There will be a queue of ready to run processes, and the kernel, or we can say more precisely, the scheduler will pick one of the process from this ready queue, and when it is scheduled back, can say rescheduled, it can again become the kernel running process. Same way, when kernel does its operation, it can return something to the user, and whenever it is returning something to the user, again it changes its state from kernel running to user running process. There is another scenario. If the kernel running process is there and higher priority process comes into picture. As I said, there are multiple processes running simultaneously. One process is executing and other process comes into the picture whose priority is higher than the currently running process. Then again kernel preempts this process and starts executing the other process. Okay, and in that case the previously running process goes to the preempted mode. Again the journey is same. From preempted it becomes ready to run, and again it can be rescheduled and it can return from preempted mode to user mode, or through ready to run, then kernel running and to user running. Okay, so these are the basic, you can say, states. But where the creation comes, remember that when we boot, the process 0 is loaded into the memory. That is the only process we are loading into the memory manually. After that, every process is created with the help of system call called fork. And after executing this fork system call, or during the execution of the fork system call, kernel checks if enough memory is there, then the process will be made available into a main memory. It is kept into main memory and its state will be ready to run in main memory. And enough memory is not there, even then the system will create the process, but it will put that process in a special area called swapped area. Now what is important, or another use of this swapped area, is that whenever the process is sleeping in main memory, in order to distinguish, I have drawn here a yellow line. Above this yellow line we can say that this is in main memory, and these are the states which are part of swapped area. Okay, so the process is in a main memory but it is sleeping. So it may happen that due to lack of main memory, kernel can take a decision that there is no point in keeping this sleeping process in main memory. Let's put it somewhere else, and what it does is it push that process in another area called swapped area, and the process of putting the process from main memory to swap area is called swap out. Okay, and when this process becomes ready again, means IO operation is done, it is giving wake up call similar to this wake up call. But now when it gives the wake up call, it becomes ready to run, but it is still there in swapped area, not in main memory. So what happens eventually, when kernel finds that there is enough memory available now, then it can swap in this process again to the main memory, and again it can rescheduled and it can be completed. When the process is completed, we can say it exit, okay, or killed. The process becomes zombie process as long as the process is a part of this memory. Remember that even though the process is finished, we are not taking it from the main memory, and as long as it is there in main memory, we can call this process as a zombie process. This is how the total journey of the process is there, from the creation with the help of fork system call till the exit. I hope you enjoyed this session. In upcoming sessions, we'll see more about the processes. Till then, enjoy. Thank you.